I am beautiful inside and out, delivered to me by Grow Coffee. Right then, tell me how you do it. That's what I had last week.
Shortcake.
Aye. Mine's just like, and Alex cake. Right, right, get you back. I was actually thinking that in the
An Empire biscuit, sorry, it's not.
So before we go into anything else, right? So
Did you think about that?
it'll
It's a
probably
stress.
all 40 bits, man,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. It's still worth a go.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
When's the last time I ran down a hill?
That's it.
Hello, LinkedIn. Me again. Andrew says I'm not energetic enough, right? So I need to give more energy in. So I did a wee dance earlier just to get it going. But I kept it off stage because Claire said I looked daft. So thank you for the thumbs up, guys. So we've got 2 people giving us thumbs up today. Young Michael was in there. He was going to be giving us a thumbs up today, but he's decided he would rather play FIFA through next door. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us in this lovely Good Friday episode. So everybody's off, apart from us. Right? We're all sitting here still working away, chipping a was, they say, up in Aberdeen. But no, anybody that's sitting here watching it on your Good Friday holiday, thank you very much. Today we've got the wonderful Claire Baird on from the Ayrshire Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to talk about all things Ayrshire and everything that goes on alongside it.
Yeah.
Sure we are. But before we go there, so we need to give first things first, big shout out to Bold Mango Media. I mean, there's a full crew of them now, right? It used to just be Andrew sitting here listening to us, but now we've got Amelia, we've got Amber, and we've got young Michael through there, who's not listening to us, he's playing FIFA. But yeah, so thank you very much, guys, for making all this happen. I'm assuming I've had a couple of thumbs up, so if anybody else is watching, can you see that you can hear us okay and you can see us okay? We're also going to give a big shout out to Grow Coffee. And what we're going to do, though, is we're going to give a wee bit of extra shout out today, Claire, because you and I had a breakfast there, didn't we?
We did. It was lovely.
And what was it we had again? It was a halloumi.
Hot honey halloumi.
Hot honey halloumi. So it was, I'm going to actually see if I can remember it's on the menu. So it was a bloomer bread with smashed avocado, scrambled egg, pancetta.
Yeah. And halloumi.
Halloumi. With
And
a
honey.
with a drizzle of honey.
Yeah.
There you go. So anybody that's sitting there in your house right now going, oh, what am I going to do today since I'm on holiday? Get yourself to Grow, right? And get yourself a hot honey halloumi.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
It was really nice.
It was really nice, wasn't
Really recommend it.
Aye,
It's the
so-
first time I've been in, so
Great,
aye, absolutely jumping as well. It was so busy.
No, I think it's got a great atmosphere though.
Yeah, and you can take your dog,
You
which
can
is
take
a
your
bonus.
dog, yes. So if you've got a dog, you're sitting there with nothing to do and you're starving, get yourself in there. But no, I thought it was really good because the thing is, the choices.
The
Outstanding, isn't it?
variety is amazing. It is. And the cakes, was... Aye.
So we're going to what you can do. So your daughter is watching the show.
Yeah, I
is that
think
it?
Eve. Hi, Eve, if you're
Aye.
watching.
So right, show Eve her cake then.
Right.
So Eve likes this show because she gets a cake.
Can we see that?
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you see that, Eve? So you've got what is
A
it?
gingerbread slice with a bit of icing on the top.
Yeah,
I think so.
good.
It looks amazing.
And I'm not going to be eating this today because I'm being good. But there's a honeymoon slice there for whoever wants it. So any of you guys wanting it? Amelia, you looks if you get your eye on that. Andrew, you better know it. You know, so yeah, thanks Grow again. Thank you for the cakes, the coffees, and both Claire and I are on the smoothies because we already had our coffees. So we're on smoothies. Quite nice, isn't it?
That's really nice.
So thanks everybody at Grow and yeah. So let's get into all things Ayrshire, right? So
Yep.
what do you want to talk about?
So I suppose the first thing what we should talk about, because we're 1 week on, is our annual dinner. So
Which was great.
yeah, well, we're back at
And we might actually 2 seconds,
Yeah,
because we might actually try and see if we can show the video. What is it? What is there's a wee thing that they used to see in the telly, wasn't it? What is it? The PPM or something? I don't know. So the video's shown.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, so
brilliant.
that's us.
So, yeah, well, we're back at Trump Tunbury last week. So we had over 500 guests. So it was a really busy room. We had Mike Suter, who people might know from The Apprentice. He was our
Lovely guy.
keynote speaker. He was brilliant and spoke really well, just all about resilience and leadership and, you know, lots of different topics that he covered. So it kind of resonated with a lot of the stuff that we see in Ayrshire business at the moment, like how resilient they are, and you know, during like really challenging times that we're operating in at the moment.
And I think he was talking about his book as well. And when you're listening to what he's saying, this is a guy that's been there, done it, and he worked for DC Thompson for a while, and then. It was amazing. So you seen every guy that was in there that was probably 40 and over getting a bit of awe when he told us that he ran FHM magazine. Because everybody they were like, I can remember that. I used to love that magazine.
I know.
So it's somebody that's had so much experience. Because you see these people and you just say, oh, he's on The Apprentice. He's the bad guy on The Apprentice. He's the guy that grills people. But he was a really, really nice guy.
Genuinely nice guy. We spent some time with him, had lunch with him, and it was really good just listening to, you know, just his experiences and things. But really nice guy. He was really generous with his time, with everybody that came up and get their photo taken, or, you know, just having wee chats with him. So no, it was a brilliant night. And we also had the Business Excellence Award winner. Unfortunately, you didn't win, Jamie.
Listen, it kind of 11 o'clock on Friday night, you weren't getting on the show because I was that upset.
It wasn't my decision, so.
Boo, boo. No, listen, they, for us just being part of that, that's what I said, is there's 500 people in there, right? Some of them will probably already know who we are, but you're hoping that the other percentage of the people in there that don't know who we are now do.
Yeah, and I think the finalist videos are always good for that. You know, it does, it really showcases the businesses, even if they don't win. It showcases what they do. And we actually had somebody got in touch wanting us to share the video. They were so impressed with them.
Really?
So I can't remember who it was, but
Wasn't the social, was it? Or want to see mine?
No, it wasn't. But yeah, so it's always good. But Land Energy were the winners.
100%.
Reg was loving life, because obviously that's him. He was retiring from Land Energy that week, actually. So it was a good way for him to end his time with Land Energy as well. A wee win.
And he's some dancer and all. So.
I saw that. If anybody's not seen Reg and Jamie dancing, then go and check out Jamie's LinkedIn. It is quite funny.
Poor Reg. He's obviously he's had a couple of shandies, should we say, on the night, and I reckon it was probably about Monday by the time his hangover went, because but as we all are, as you get older, your hangover lasts a bit longer, and he gets onto his LinkedIn on Monday morning and sees a video of him dancing. It's probably like, oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Wasn't sure if it was real or not.
That's probably what it was. He probably took a minute to realise that it was the real. Oh, holy Nick, man! I'm actually no bad at that. No, amazing night, and as I say, I have to say, and I say it all the time, your team are outstanding, right? And to be able to create a night like that, as you say, for over 500 people, and for me, it was seamless. It was amazing. The night just went brilliant. The dinner was fantastic. The room was fantastic. The atmosphere was fantastic. And then you're going, that's just brilliant. And when you think about the size of your team that are organising that, I mean, there's companies out there that have got marketing and teams that have like 30, 40 people that could never even do that. So everybody in your team needs to actually give us a right good pat in the back. So Danielle and the rest of the chamber team give yourselves a wee pat in the back.
Yeah, well done, guys.
So obviously that night, and is it going to be Tunbury next year? Is it always going to be Tunbury?
Well, it needs to be Tunbury, because there's only 2 places in Ayrshire that can take those numbers. So we did move the dinner to Lochside House Hotel for a couple of years, and couldn't speak more highly of the Rad Group team. It was brilliant. Robert and Vivian need to build a bigger venue, because we would, you know, we do want to move as much as possible our events round like venues in Ayrshire, but unfortunately unfortunately or fortunately for maybe the racecourse in Turnberry, they're the only two venues that can take the numbers that we need. So we have our business awards at the racecourse. So we obviously want the annual dinner's a different type of event. And because the awards, it needs to be quite central. We feel so. We have the awards at Ayr Racecourse, and the dinner is always at Turnberry. So yeah, we'll be back there next year. I think we've actually got the date booked. I'm not quite sure what, but it'll be the end of March again. Currently looking forward who do we bring to speak at that event, but that's going to coincide with our 80th year.
Is it?
So, yeah, there'll be lots of celebrations next year, like across the year, different things. We're just looking at what that looks like. But yeah, one of the elements will be the annual dinner. So yeah, it's exciting time.
Can't wait. And obviously, you had Gaelic boys playing at the end of it, which was quite a good wee touch. And what I actually thought was mega impressive is there was a woman at the table next to us that actually brought a pair of trainers with her.
Oh, did she?
I don't know who she was. So we're sitting there. So you've got obviously everybody all dressed up to the nines. There she's out with Adidas Sambo and going, fucking that, yes. Because you're sitting looking, going, surely she's no dancing like that with these shoes on. No, she's got the trainers with her.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant. So she's getting there with her nice dress on, the trainers on, raving like an absolute champ.
Good on.
I was like, well done, Hennessy. I need to remember that for next year.
Your feet do get quite sore at the end of the night. Us girls have to put up well.
I know. I had my high heels on and on. It doesn't do well for my ankles and that.
No.
Right, okay, so what else is going on? So that's the dinner, because again, for anybody that's never been to one of these, I think watch that video again. It's on the Chamber web, the Chamber LinkedIn and stuff like that. It is absolutely amazing. If you're a business that's based in Ayrshire, you need to be involved in these. I mean, the networking opportunity for it is phenomenal. And yeah, get on board. Obviously, join the Chamber as well. If you're not a member of the Chamber, join that.
Yep, definitely. And thanks to Danny Bray, who shot that film as well. So yeah, it looks really good and something that we're really proud of being able to pull off. So
you should be. So you should be. Right, okay. What else is going on then?
So another thing that has happened this year is our, there's been a new approach, a new evidence-based approach. So we have published our very own quarterly economic survey. If you haven't seen, you can get this on our website and things. So what that means... Oh, have you not seen it?
Well, you talk, I've had a...
Have you read it? It's not read it, guys. It's not read it.
I've not read it. So I'm trying to gee up on it. Hurry up. You talk and I'll read.
So what that does is it changes like anecdotes that we hear into robust, real-time, data-driven evidence that tells us what's happening across the local economy. We know that Ayrshire businesses are diverse, they're different sectors, different sizes, but what we've not been able to do, or what we haven't done previously, is capture, what's actually happening day to day. So the QES changes that, and it feeds into the longest and largest running survey of business sentiment, and that's looked at by the UK Treasury, OBR, Bank of England, and what it tells us is, it tells us business confidence, tells us how businesses are feeling about investment, workforce challenges, and just their experiences day to day. So that really feeds into that national, it feeds Ayrshire's views into that national kind of policy world. But I suppose more importantly, or as importantly, it feeds into what's happening locally as well. So we can share that with our partners, with our local authority partners as well, to shape decisions that are taken on, like skills, infrastructure, business support, things like that. But it's all driven by business insight, like real business insight, and over the years we will really develop a long-term evidence base, which is good for Ayrshire, and we can see the trends in different things as well. So it's a really big moment for the region, and one that we are proud of to be leading on as well. So we go out every quarter to gather data. So the British Chambers of Commerce just issued their quarter one results just last week, or this week. I think we're still where are we? This week. And we will present our regional responses on the 23rd of April. So if you want to come along to that event, then just get in touch with the Chamber team. It's on the 23rd of April, and we had 116 businesses input into the survey this time. So I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, if you want to come along and hear what Ayrshire businesses are feeling, then please do book yourself on to that event. And I think the quarter one business, the results, UK-wide results, are really that confidence is still fragile, energy, labour, that's the two cost pressures that are, facing businesses.
Aye.
Investment is quite weak as well. And the Middle East and Iran conflict is deeply concerning for some businesses. They've already seen there's an increase in energy costs, but also shipping costs. And anybody that's been at the fuel pumps recently, we see that going up as well. So
there seems to be a wee competition running in my group chat now to see who can find the cheapest fuel. Right, so that's what I've got pictures of different fuel stations all over Ayrshire right now, where everybody's trying to find the cheapest fuel, and then everybody's basically going to it. I'll tell you what.
Somewhere diesel was at 198 or something.
See if you're on the M6, it's over £2.
Oh, is it?
So I'll tell you now. So Jay, what have we got here? So Jay Murray's found one. No, that must be all Jay. You're at it. It must be an April Fool. It was £1.03. Right. Use that to find the cheapest near me. Aye, that's in Mauchline.
That's near me.
But that's what it's amazing. So we're talking with Bryce Cunningham on the show. So see anybody that's got like a delivery business, the difference to them is massive. It's not even. So what was it before? It was like 149 say, and it's up to like 189 a litre for like diesel. So that's 40 pence. I don't know. I can't do good maths, but that's probably about 30-40% more expensive. So your cost to deliver something is now just went up by 30-40%.
Yeah, and
we can't pass that on.
No, and we don't know how long the conflict's going to last and different things. So that is quite concerning. And in those results, there was a bit of domestic sales had increased a wee bit and improved, but that could all change in quarter two. And the quarter two field work that will happen for our survey, it will start on the 11th of May. So look out in your inboxes or across our social media platforms. Please do input into it. We need Ayrshire to have 116 responses is brilliant, but we want to, increase that and make sure that Ayrshire's voice is really strong and heard. Because again, it's not just impacting on national policy kind of decisions, it's going to impact locally, so 100%. That our local authorities and colleges, universities and things know what the businesses are really saying. And because it's data driven, then it's real data insight that we're hearing from
real businesses.
Yeah, from real businesses. So I'm non-member of the chamber. You can we don't mind. We're just looking for that business, that strong business voice.
The last quarter you had how many?
115.
115.
Aye, so we've only one more.
Did you? Right. Because when I get told it was 115 and there was 116 last time, and I've had to be honest and say I was the guy. So I usually do it all the time, and that quarter I didn't do it, and I was a bit upset with myself. So I was, because I think it's great, because what you get is people moan about everything, right? But see, that's a chance to give your voice about the things that are challenging and not challenging. So rather just moaning to somebody that you meet about how crap you think things are, or telling people about how good you think things are, put it in something like that, so it helps add to the data that you guys and the region has on what business facts look like just now, rather than just folk moaning about it when they see each other. So, and I think, but when I've obviously just at the quick read there, it's different from last quarters, but there's still a kind of recurring theme. It's resilience just now.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we're saying is, because we're hearing all the time from people, it's this is bad, that's bad, this is bad. Right, okay, some of those things you can never really affect. And what I always say is, try and go and focus on the things that you can influence. Like I said, the fuel price and all that kind of stuff, we're not going to change them, but can you make a difference? Can you do anything different to make it easier? But I can see real challenges for different types of businesses over the next coming 6 months, just based on who knows what's going to happen in the world.
I know. It's really uncertain times. But what was interesting from the Q4 stuff that we did last year is that even though I think 25% of businesses were saying that their focus was survival,
Aye.
but you could flip that and there was other, I think there was more than that, it was 35% or something, that it was more about how do they innovate.
Yeah.
You know, so that they can focus on the long term. Like if they innovate, then they'll be able to save costs and different things. So it's really interesting information. What we can do, there's the standard questions, but there's also regional questions. So any regional stuff that we want to know about, we can now do that through that survey, and again can work with local authorities and things to say, right, this is what businesses are saying, because it's quite difficult trying to affect change from just one person said this, but if you've got multiple or hundreds of people saying this, then they've got to, they've got to listen. Somebody has to listen. So so really pleased that we'll continue to do that. So that's
and I think that just on the back of the report, what you're hoping that is back to what you're saying about using technology and innovative. That's where people using AI properly can make a big difference to this. So the likes of, say you've got a delivery company or something like that, you can't do anything about the fuel, you can't pass that on, but is there a way of increasing your efficiency somewhere else to be able to mask that? And then when the fuel prices come down, you've already got this here, and that's making you more efficient and making you hopefully more profitable in doing that part. When this eventually does come back down, then it's just a win-win.
I totally agree.
But it is just looking at things that you can do rather than things that you can't.
And just you reminded me there when you're talking about AI. So we have just launched a refreshed membership model. So listened to
is this a world exclusive, or have we still other folk?
Well, no, it really is a world exclusive.
Exclusives all the time in the show now. It's brilliant.
So we launched it, announced it across socials and things yesterday, but we've looked, it's just a refreshed membership offering. We've looked at what businesses have been using, the benefits and services that they've been using, to just make sure that the membership is valuable, to our members as much as possible. So we've moved from our bronze, silver, gold plus platinum to protect, connect, engage, influence, and we still have our, our top most exclusive tier as our platinum partners, but we do have 25 of them at the moment. So we've capped our platinum partners at the moment, so which is a really good position to be in. So look out for that. People will move, the members will just move on to the new
version of their old,
once they're at their point of renewal. But a couple of new services that we are introducing along with that refresh is Octopus EV. It's a salary sacrifice scheme if you're wanting to get an electric car, invest in electric cars. But there's also British Chambers of Commerce have launched an AI Academy. So it's a platform that you log into and you put so the beauty about this AI Academy is that it is tailored to your job role. So there's a lot of businesses out there don't know where to start, but when you log on or when you join up, you log on to the platform, you put in, so I put in Claire Baird, Chief Exec, Ayrshire, and you put in the website and stuff. So then it tells you these are the 3 things that you should be focusing on, and the training is tailored to those, to your job role and those priorities that it tells you that you should be focusing on. So it's really good.
Alana, I know Alana. So Alana's unfortunately spending her bank holiday sitting in car park of Viridor or Norrit or wherever Kane's away to the day because they're travelling back up road. So Alana, can you do us a favour and take a note of that and get onto it, because that's something that we've been looking at, is about different kind of AI type systems that can help streamline people's roles. So if you can go onto that, and then what we can do is we will then feedback if you want, and put a wee thing on LinkedIn saying about what we thought of the whole thing and how it worked. Stuff.
I mean, we've got there's other chambers across the UK have been, are using it, and some of the, the time, the hours that have been saved, and the examples that they're given. you know, it really can like improve productivity and stuff. And I think I'm right in saying that Ayrshire is not the most productive region. I think we're maybe at the bottom of the regions across Scotland in terms of productivity. So again, if there's anything that we can do to support businesses increase their productivity, then that's what we're trying to do.
One of the things that I would say about Ayrshire businesses is there's a lot of Ayrshire businesses that are here that have been doing what they've been doing for a long time and doing it the same way that they've been doing it for a long time. And that was, I think we spoke this way back when I was first starting. You went, how come we're not doing as much work in Ayrshire as we're doing in other parts? And that's because obviously we were trying to get people to change and evolve and move into different ways of doing things. And there's a lot of kind of mature businesses. There's a lot of young businesses, but there's also a lot of mature sectors, like the aerospace sector, quite mature. It takes a lot to change things in there. Your pharmaceutical sector, again, takes a long time to change things. So there's quite a lot of mature businesses that kind of some of them are governed to do it the way that they've always done it. Some of them, it's a lot of kind of hoops to jump through to change. So that might be a part of why we are where we are with the productivity part of things. Whereas you've got other businesses where other regions where they've got different types of organisations that can move and change quickly. So I don't take it too hard there, so that we've got the best productivity. There's obviously reasons behind it, but that AI part it's all it is trying to because we go through it all the time. Is it going to take my job? No, it's not going to take your job, but it can make your job a hell of a lot easier and make you a lot more productive and efficient at what you do.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're using it and, you know, kind of day to day, and it saves so much time. So, yeah, so look out for that.
Good. Right.
Yeah.
What else?
So
that's been going on out here,
no,
right? It's the region of choice for a reason.
No, so I wanted to kind of update. I don't know if everybody will be aware, but East Ayrshire Council and North Ayrshire Council are coming together with a shared service in economic development.
Do we know why South didn't they?
I think it's timing, and I think they potentially, you know, they might join later, but it's really good news that East and North are coming together in that way, and that they're going through all those changes at the moment, and I think it'll be the whole thing, and people will be in place by June, so not long. But just on that point, I suppose, like why South not doing it or not coming on board, there is a lot of under the regional economic strategy work that Alistair Dobson, you know, continues to champion and works tirelessly on under the regional economic strategy. East, North and South Ayrshire are working to deliver a consistent business support offering across Ayrshire, which is really good news as well, because that's something that I've been saying since I came into this role. Why is it not the same? It's mad that, you know, Ayrshire's such a, you know, small place, and they've got a different offering in East and North and South. It just doesn't seem right. So they are working behind the scenes to make sure that the business support offering is consistent across Ayrshire. So that's good. So even though South are not coming into that shared service at the moment, there's a lot of joint working going on. So so that's, I just thought I would highlight that just in case.
Actually, while I remember, because the last time you were on, we managed to give Alistair Dobson 2 actions off of the show, I'm pretty sure, so we need to think up something that we can give him.
Also under the regional economic strategy work, we've just signed off that, I think I've mentioned this when I was on, I don't know whether it was the last time or the time before, but Ayrshire, our international visitors are only 8.6% versus a national average about 26%. And when we had Vicky Miller, the Chief Executive of Visit Scotland, down, she was so blown away by the quality offer and product that Ayrshire has, and why are we only getting 8.6% of international visitors, because we know they stay longer, they spend more. So we are working with the 3 local authorities. We've all put, so the Chamber, East, North and South Ayrshire have put some money in, and we're working in partnership with Visit Scotland to, during this financial year, we will be out in markets promoting Ayrshire as one region to encourage international visitors to come and visit. And that just doesn't happen overnight, because it's usually like they book like years in advance.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is a bit of a long-term kind of project, but we're starting to work on it this year. So a big shout out to Lindsay Eckford, who worked on the business case that will show that return on investment. If we could even, get the international visitors up to 12-15%, how
It's a
much
massive
that would
difference.
bring to the region. So that's exciting, and you'll see more about that in the coming months.
Actually, I think it was the last one that we spoke about, because I was quite shocked at that, because obviously but you do still see a lot of kind of visitors and people internationally coming, especially to play golf. But then when you realised how far away from the national average we were, it was quite shocking.
Yeah, no, definitely. So that's going to happen.
Good.
We're going to Visit Scotland Connect in April, I think it is. So that's up in Glasgow again. That's bringing together travel trade operators, and Ayrshire's going to go up. The councils are going to go up as one and promote Ayrshire. So that's really good. We've also been working with Destination Glasgow. They want to work with use Ayrshire, because Glasgow doesn't have castles, coastline, stuff like that. So they're wanting to try and take, everybody just automatically goes to Edinburgh. So they want to work with Ayrshire as well to promote our region. So that's going to be it'll benefit both. Obviously, we're looking at doing.
So what they're trying to do is bring people to the West Coast. So as well as it being, so yes, everybody wants to go to Glasgow, but Glasgow can then promote Ayrshire as a, right, okay, all the things you maybe get in the East, you can also get here, and it's only 25 minutes away.
Yeah. So that's work that's going on as well. So what's happening? So it's very exciting.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
And that the whole thing about we spoke the last time was the Ayrshire becoming one Ayrshire, and trying to actually promote us as one region. Whether or not all happens in the background or not, I still think it's the way that we need to promote it. Obviously, Alistair does a good job, you do a great job, we all do a great job, but it's trying to make sure we can bring people here that go, I'm not bothered where I go, because people that don't come from Ayrshire don't care whether it's north, south, east.
Oh, you're right.
They just want to come to Ayrshire because they see Ayrshire as an opportunity, because there's a lot of people like us that talk about all the good things that are going on in Ayrshire. We don't sit and go, this is going on in the north, that's going on in the south. They talk about what's going on in Ayrshire. And then obviously they look to bring their business here, and then realise there's a complexity between different areas. It doesn't need to be like that.
No.
And this north and east coming together, I think, is going to be a massive boost and a massive step forward for the overall region. I mean, I've already had a couple of conversations, whereas before that conversation would have been, right, we want you to do this in north, and the East Ayrshire's conversation would be, we want you to do it in East. Now you're having a conversation talking about, right, let's look at what the opportunity is across the two regions, which for somebody that's running a business, especially somebody that's running a scaling business, where, like, so take me as an example. So I'm really passionate about Ayrshire, obviously, but I'm quite passionate about North Ayrshire because that's where I come from. But you're then going, but you want to do everything you can for there, but now what we've got is we've got opportunities to work with East Ayrshire as well, and you're not moving away from the people that have supported you since the beginning. You're still all part of the same team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on. There was also, I'm going to get my notes so that I can. So I wanted to highlight as well the Guild Review. The Scottish Government's launched an independent review into how licensed hospitality properties are valued for non-domestic rates. We know that business rates is one of the, again, from the data that we've got from our quarterly economic survey, business rates and the rates re-evaluation and things is really concerning for businesses. So this review aims to determine whether current valuation methods are fair and fit for purpose, which I would suggest are not at the moment.
I'll second that.
I heard I read something this morning actually that in Glasgow and Edinburgh, they are looking at 34% increase in their business rate. So that's like, it's hundreds of thousands of pounds that's going on to their rates, and hospitality and retail businesses are one of the hardest hit. And it's jobs, at the end of the day.
Most of these businesses are running in very tight margins, it is. But that's just back to what we talked about, the whole energy thing. So they're getting that coming up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to actually put something out here for anybody that's in government watching this, because what do they want to do? They want to see the country shrink, because you've got energy prices up, fuel prices up. You're now looking at business rates going up. Businesses can't sustain that. That's why half of our high streets and all that kind of stuff are derelict.
Yeah, no.
But now it's moving. So, right, okay, we've wrecked the whole high street. What are we going to go and wreck next? Because that's all that's happening. You're going to go to other hospitality businesses. So do we just want to see hotels and restaurants shut down everywhere?
That's what it feels like. It does. It's really it's really worrying actually when they're not listening. I mean, there was a Scottish Chambers did a hustings yesterday and had all the leaders from the political parties, and the guy from Scottish Hospitality Group put that question to the First Minister and said, you know, Northern Ireland, they've halted the rates revaluation, and we are calling in Scotland for that to be halted as well, because it does need reformed. And it was a really disappointing response from John Swinney when he said, actually, the biggest harm that's been done to Scottish businesses is the national insurance hike. And yes, that is true, but this is equally as damaging and will be equally as damaging. So for him to say that, all the other, obviously they're trying to get into power, so they were like, oh, we're going to reform the, you know, look at that when we get into power. But it's really disappointing and worrying if that's his
View.
that's his view. They do get back into power at the election.
But this is the right, we'll not go too political, but that's easy because that's blaming Westminster.
Yeah.
That's a Westminster.
It's a blame
That's a
game,
Westminster thing that's come through. So it's let's blame everything that's wrong with Scotland on Westminster. That's just a Nicola Sturgeon pass through.
It's a convenient truth.
Yes, it is a convenient truth, but it's no the facts. Right, so yes, it's been majorly damaging for businesses, even businesses like ours, which are quite small. That national, the national living, the real living wage going up, and the national insurance hike, they are challenging, but you can usually work around that. But if your business rates go up by 30% that's something that you cannot work round.
I know. Our business rates are going up 400%.
Why?
Changed.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
We can't get an answer. We don't know. So
Has the price of the stuff in the shop went down, Benny? That would maybe justify it.
But so,
and maybe they think because you guys can afford to pay £6 for a Mars bar.
I know. And W. Smith downstairs. I know.
For those who've never visited the chamber offices, they're in the airport, and you go there and you're like, I'll maybe get a wee sweetie before I walk up. Cherry drops, £3.50.
Bring your own. But anyway, so for hospitality businesses, rateable value directly impacts business rates. So this review really could lead to major changes in how their costs are calculated. But we're talking about years down the line. This is looking at, I don't know, is it 2029 or something before the changes? So something needs to happen before then. But it is an evidence-led process which needs real rental data from the sector, and it is the chance for businesses to shape a fairer system for the future. So the call for evidence is open until the 20th of April. So I would encourage any business. We are going to be promoting it out by email and across our socials. But yeah, really anybody that's in that sector, please do take the time to put your, you know, make your concerns known. And tied to this, we have actually got a business rates survey open at the moment, because I want to be able to put some pressure on like our local assessors and things to try and get an understanding of why did you come to, you know, what are the metrics that you know, you've come to that to justify the decisions that had been made. So I need people to input into that to allow us to do that. So we'll be recirculating the business rates survey to businesses after Easter as well. So again, just a plea to enter, you know, complete that stuff and give us the feedback on it so that we can do something with it.
Aye. Back to the don't sit in silence. Try and get your voice heard.
And if we've got the data insights, you know, the data driven stuff, then we can try and do something with it, because it's not just, again, anecdotal, it's actually there in black and white. So
good.
Yeah.
There's challenging times ahead for a lot of different sectors, and as you say, if there's a chance to try to influence it, should we say, before it happens, then let's do it. Because for me, I just see so many people that are going to have to end up shutting their doors on the back of that.
And that's just going to impact on like service, you know, like DWP. There's going to be more folks signing on. It just doesn't
Back to the thing that we said in the two shows, the two shows that we've had before this is, what is the best way to create economical wealth, get people into well-paid jobs, right? And say, for example, you're looking at a sector, i.e. the hospitality sector. If the hospitality sector goes in Ayrshire, that could be thousands of jobs, right? Where's that helping anybody?
I know. As it's
Anyway,
yeah,
I'm putting my voice on that survey, right?
Good.
Right.
Good stuff. So the next thing I've got is developing the young workforce. They, as you know, they sponsored our annual dinner last year to celebrate their 10 years, but they have just published their 10-year kind of impact survey. Not a survey, I'm survey mad in it.
Survey, do your nut.
I know, survey. So no, that's their 10-year impact report. So you can download it from the DYW Ayrshire website, I think, Jill. If we can't, then we need to be able to do that. So, so it really just highlights what's happened with the funding. So Ayrshire's quite unique in that when we bid to the Scottish Government to be the host organisation for developing the young workforce. So when Ayrshire Chamber bid to the Scottish Government, we allocated an innovative project funding pot. So there's been over £1 million spent that's funded innovative projects in our local schools. So you're talking, so there's 167 projects developed within schools, and there's 14 projects that have developed in partnership with community organisations. So the projects in schools are like horticulture and rural. We've got engineering, we've got built environment, we've got visitor economy, we've got health, we've got beauty. So there's a whole range of different projects that support, and sometimes these projects are the only things that young people are turning up to. And they're gaining qualifications. So it actually acts as a re-engagement tool for some young, it's not all young people that are going through them that's the case, but for a lot of young people that is the case. And over 5,000 qualifications have been delivered as well. So young people have secured qualifications. So that's really good news. So I would encourage people to go and look. The team worked really hard to deliver this stuff. And one project that I'd like to highlight is one of the most recent ones is Prestwick Academy Heritage Roofing. So they worked in partnership. So it's more a community-based project. So they worked with Men's Shed and Air and Prestwick Academy, their future roofing team. They got a wee wishing well and they've put it in, made the wishing well, but the Prestwick Academy did the roofing of the wishing well.
Good.
And it's now sitting in Hansel Village.
Nice.
So again, real life projects that the young people can see, as actual real life stuff. So they can actually see that what they're doing is having an impact in real life. So a good read if you have not.
I want to just say something. You see the likes of the Jill in the team there at the developing young workforce. Putting that together must have been hugely satisfying and hugely rewarding for them, because they know it's the same as anybody that's doing good. You know that you're doing good, but see, once you actually start putting it down, you're going like that. We have actually made a real positive impact in this local economy and local region. So well done, guys. And I would have loved to see when you're putting that together. I'd love to see the smiles on all their faces, right, when they're going, forgot about that one. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing, because there's so many things that would have come out of that would have been really good.
Yeah, and it has its impact in young people's lives, and that is what developing the young workforce is all about. So yeah, we're really proud again in Ayrshire, one of the only regions I think to have that innovative pot of money. So being able to actually show the impact that it's had is really satisfying. So yeah.
Good. Well done.
Yeah.
These are all stars, aren't these?
I know. I know. We do try.
No, you're doing great. Anything else we missed? Because there's another couple things we spoke about.
I've got some, and again, just to highlight some stuff that's happening through the Ayrshire Growth Deal, because I know there's previously been what's the word, criticism that it hasn't, delivered fast enough and things, but there has been reasons behind that. COVID being one, lots of, obviously the cost of building anything has increased dramatically over the years. So a lot of the time they've had to go back to the drawing board because what they thought they could deliver, they now couldn't deliver. They need to get and they need to get sign off from Scottish Government and UK Government, and we know that things don't happen very quickly and those spaces. So they have had a lot of challenges, but things do seem to be, moving much faster. So work continues on site for the Ayrshire Innovation Park. That's in Kilmarnock. It's not Belfield. It's what's the one near Cross House?
Unthank.
No.
So you see Bonneton,
No.
Cross House. So you've got Cross House, Annan Hill.
It's not Belfield. It's anyway. I don't know. I'll get into trouble for not.
Is it? Is it?
There's a.
I can't remember. Actually, somebody told
There
me.
is a 10 for it. I can't remember. There is it's like Belfield, but it's not Belfield, but it's something else. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Right. It's in Kelly.
It's in Kelly, aye. So, but there was an official launch in December last year in construction. The road infrastructure is progressing well, and that'll increase in the spring and summer with completion in October 2026. So the plots have been built are ideal for businesses in like food production, manufacturing and engineering. And there's also going to be a food and drink centre of excellence eventually, which will provide like test kitchens to see for businesses that want to again scale and grow, but don't have the facilities for that. So they're going to use that to support those businesses grow to the next stage. There's also areas for butchery, a training and consultancy space for like day hire. So people that maybe want to come down and photograph their products and things, they'll be able to do stuff like that in that area. And that's all part of the growth deal money for there. In Irvine, there's new business space in Irvine, the I3 flexible business space. That's been completed recently and is now been marketed for lease. It's 18,000 square feet with yard space that incorporates sustainable and low carbon features, and it's capable of like subdivision or extension. So again, if anybody's looking for space in Irvine, then investigate that. Also in Cumnock, the Community Renewable Energy Project, CORE. So a local housing development in Cumnock is the first project to benefit. So they're starting work in Meagher Court in Cumnock to retrofit 3 entire block of flats into modern low carbon energy efficient housing development. So that's going to be part of a demonstrator project, and it's the first the first phase of it. So
is that the stuff that your dad's involved in? No,
it's the 9 community council.
Because I like the sound of that as well.
Yes, that's lots of wind farm money coming in over the next 10 years. So yeah, they can community groups can bid into that funding but they've also so they have done a lot of work with Emergency One supporting apprenticeships. They're going to be doing the same with EGAR and Rad Group as well. Brilliant. So again, lots of opportunities for young people up in that area. Fantastic. But and as it's an area that needs regeneration, I mean, since the coal mines have shut down, that area has never really recovered. So that investment into an area like Cumnock and surrounding areas is absolutely huge. So definitely. There's also the Prestwick commercial build. So I don't know if you noticed the recent announcement of Ryanair that they've announced a £40 million investment programme. And it's going to create 450 jobs. So again, some of that money's come from Ayrshire Growth Deal stuff as well. But that really supported Ryanair to invest more in like the Prestwick aircraft maintenance stuff. So lots of opportunities for like apprentices and things. And I think it's a whole new hangar.
I was talking to the Ryanair. I obviously know a load of the people at Ryanair, so I was talking to them.
Really interesting. We should maybe do a behind the scenes there. I don't think we should do that.
It's really
see
how quickly he turned around this plane in there. It's phenomenal. I could not believe it. Obviously, they've got I can't remember what they get space for just now, but the new hangar's I think is going to be bigger than the one that they've got just now. So it's going to nearly double the capacity of that big one. And I actually couldn't believe the turnaround time. It's phenomenal, and the things that the things that they do to the planes when they come in there. It's amazing.
Aye, and
It's like it runs like a Swiss watch, and it has to run like a Swiss watch.
yeah,
Aye,
and it's
it's
happening
very
in
good.
Ayrshire.
It's
It's
all
happening
happening.
in
It's
Ayrshire.
all
I
happening
know,
in
I know.
Ayrshire, yeah.
And we do have a really strong aerospace cluster in Ayrshire, and aye, it's really good that investment's happening. So yeah, and then the last thing on the kind of growth deals stuff is, don't know whether you've heard about the Ignite welding training programme that J&D Pierce are leading on.
No.
So they're delivering that in partnership. It's been funded through the Ayrshire Skills Investment Fund,
Yeah.
because welders are like, there's such a
Aye.
call for welders, but nobody was training them, and so that's J&D Pierce has taken on that and got a training academy up in, is it?
Aye, Glengarnock.
Yeah.
Aye, so but what I hope is that they because obviously Derek was next to me when we were down at that thing, and one of the things that he's had challenges with throughout the years is people are going through his training academy, he's training all these people up, and then they're just jumping to the aerospace or whatever industries that they're getting paid a lot more money. So you're hoping that with that training academy there, it actually delivers long-term staff potential for him, for the Pierce group as well.
Yeah. Because a lot of they were getting, like, BAE were taking a lot of their yeah.
Because they're so close to Glasgow. And going through there, and your BAE and your Babcocks and all that kind of stuff, and your Altrads and people like this were just offering them a lot more money.
Yeah, I know.
So hopefully that's a great initiative again.
Yeah.
But there's lots of companies in Ayrshire that are trying to do the right thing and give things back and develop the future.
I know Bridge End Motor Group as well, they've got a training academy as well, and I think that's possibly funded through the skills investment stuff. So again, it's really good to see employers coming into that space, and it's supporting them to develop their talent pipelines as well. So yeah, but
and that's what we did. So we obviously get money through the Ayrshire Skills Investment Fund to do that practical training that we do down at the DPMC.
Right, good.
It's been brilliant. See the feedback on it, it's amazing. So that's us now. Obviously, we're kind of used up the funding. We're now trying to take it out to the market as an actual proper training course. So us in partnership with NMIS, delivering that through the DPMC, because it's practice that you don't really get practical training on the stuff that we do. You go and learn out a book and all that kind of stuff, and then you're going to stand next to the machine and it's shaking its nuts off and you crap yourself. Whereas we'll make it shake its nuts off before you. But while you're there in a controlled manner, so as at least you've got a better idea of the types of things you're doing, actually standing next to the machine rather than just learning out a book. And the feedback from everybody that's been there, we got one that wasn't really negative, it wasn't really applicable to their role. Everybody else's feedback's been phenomenal.
Good. That's good
So
stuff.
that's great.
So lastly, I've got looking forward, like some of the events that are coming up. So launching next Friday, believe it or not, is our Business Awards been launched again. So
Get your nominations in, everybody.
Get your applications in. So principal sponsor again, Business Gateway. So big thanks to them, and also our 16 category sponsors. I'm not going to rhyme them all off at the moment, but a huge thanks to them, because we've got a number of long-standing people who support us. So it's very much appreciated, and I think we've got a sponsors lunch coming up soon at Turnberry. I couldn't remember the date, but we'll get that.
End of April, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Danielle needs to let us know when it is. But just other upcoming events, we've got a Connect networking at UWS on the 29th of April. So we'll just hear from UWS about how they can support your business as well. So that's good. 13th of May is an application masterclass workshop in partnership with Business Gateway. So if you are wanting to apply for the awards and want to make sure that you're I don't know, your application is going to stand out, come along to that workshop, and hopefully that will support that. So we've expanded our events programme this
You've expanded it?
Yeah, this new year.
You tell the team, do they all know?
No, they do. So we've got Eve Muirhead, OBE, coming down on the 21st of May.
Right.
So she was a celebrated Winter Olympic sports personality or whatever. I think it was curling and different things that she did. So she's coming down to speak to us, but we're having it's a lunch time event. So we'll have a sit down lunch and then listen to Eve. So that's up at Lochside House Hotel in May.
Is there canapes and alcohol with?
No, I don't think so. Not at lunchtime, unfortunately. But
just sorry, before we talk about Eve, so I was with one of our colleagues the other night there. So Vicky, so Vicky, Eve, because they all won the gold medal at the curling. So it was Vicky Eves, there was, what's the other two's name? Can't remember. But I was and see the stories of this. It's absolutely phenomenal. Because obviously they went through a whole thing of like the before COVID, the whole team. There was so much going on, and see when you think about curling, you don't think about how. Kind of, we actually did curling that night, and it was so difficult. And you're like, it's a pure athlete sport, and obviously winning gold medals and stuff like that, you're just going so inspirational. So I'm really, really looking to hearing it.
I know it'll be good. So it's just all about that sport, leadership, resilience, and team culture, and you don't often get a chance to hear that. So we'll just want to bring down like more of those people to inspire and learn from and things. So Eve's the first. The first of those to join us. They'll then get Owen Wyatt. He's from DC Thompson. He's going to come down later on in the year, and we've also secured Brian Suter. So again, having hearing from really, really inspiring people.
You've got Brian Suter, have you?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a funny way.
I've heard he's a character.
Oh, he's hilarious. Honest to God, he's brilliant. Probably one of the funniest guys I've ever seen on a stage. He's absolutely phenomenal. The first time I met, so I went to the Founders Conference 2 years ago, and he came up on the stage, and obviously that guy that started Stagecoach, right? Obviously, guys, multi-millionaire, well, probably in the billions now, Brian Suter, and he's stands up there with hat on, leather jacket on, like, who's that guy? Then it's Brian Stewart. Then he starts talking, and the guy is absolutely outrageous. Right, he's so funny. You're just sitting there. So the time, because this is obviously it's a professional conference, and you're actually sitting there completely almost pissing yourself laughing. He's so funny. He's brilliant. So when do you get him?
I think it's later on this year. I don't know. We have got the dates secured, but
He's brilliant, Claire.
Next
honestly,
time we'll come on, I'll tell you.
honestly, honestly, so good.
So we're really that we feel it's important to bring like people at that level down. Bring them down to the region and just learn from and stuff. So that's the first one of that we're doing, so please come along and join us. 27th of May, it's Connect at the Waterside Hotel. So there's been a 3.5 million investment in the spa from Simpsons. So yeah, you'll get a wee tour of the the new place. So
bring your trunks.
Yeah, bring maybe not. And then on the 28th of May, we've got an event with Arnold Clark, Irvine, BMW and Mini, and that's like an opportunity to look at their electric cars, do a wee drive and different things like that. So yeah, so if you've not booked on any of those events, then please do come along. Just get in touch with the team or go on the website and book them. So and we'd love to see you there. So
it's good. And just remember, so take your driving license for Arnold Clark and your trunks for the Waterside, and no vice versa. And everybody turn up at Arnold Clark and everything in their trunks and their swimsuits.
It would make the news.
Listen, what we've got going on here is just phenomenal. Like I said, they even just listen to the upcoming events, they're great.
So try and do a wide variety of stuff so that it attracts different, members, because obviously different people like different things. So
and where obviously he's still trying to increase the membership.
Always,
right. What can us minions do to try and help that?
I think it's just refer on if you've got businesses that would benefit, and that's the thing. I mean, we don't want people joining the chamber just because to join the chamber. We believe that our offer is really strong, and we do support businesses. I mean, the benefits and services that we offer. I mean, from even just the 4 services. If you're a small business that doesn't have an HR department, doesn't have a legal department, that in itself. Those 4 services, HR, legal, health and safety and tax, you're getting that in your membership, and it's a 24/7 helpline. You get access to a platform of policy documents and things. It's just a support. And then if you ever were in a situation where you had to be taken to a tribunal, for example, an employment tribunal, Quest will, help represent you. And if there is a payout, there's £1 million indemnity as well. So it's protecting your business. So I believe that in itself is a strong reason for, SMEs to join the chamber. And then the additional benefits that come along with that are just like, a cream on the top, you know. So
Yeah.
I think it's about that referral piece. If you know businesses that you genuinely think could benefit from that service and the other benefits that you get from chamber membership, then please do refer them on to the team, and it's, you know, and then the business decides at what, you know, we've got a choice-based model, so they decide at what level they think that chamber membership linked to maybe their aspirations to grow,
Yeah.
where do they see themselves, and what networks and things do they want access to. And that's why we've got this new influence tier. So that's really influence, and it's like a strategic kind of level membership as well.
So is that the one that's just below the platinum?
Yes, it is.
Because obviously we were thinking about the platinum, and then Vattenfall just came in and stole it for us.
I know. Well, you've got an opportunity to be the first influence, Jamie.
There you go. Right, stick us down. Right.
Is that right? All right, okay. Brilliant. You heard it all here, guys. Jamie is our first influence membership. We'll get that organised. Great, brilliant.
Probably
Love
about
it.
15 grand, and I've got no money left.
That's been worthwhile for me. Working
for you, I'm skint. Right, well, listen, so is all the stuff out there on the new memberships telling you what you get and all that?
I can send it. We'll get. I'm not sure who your account manager is, but we'll make sure we'll get that stuff sent through.
But I'm thinking it's just so we can start trying to share it. So, because we do.
It's all on the website, and I know Kate was putting stuff out yesterday across our socials. So yeah, it's out there at the moment, so you can have a look and
so that's fine.
see what you've signed up to.
So that's fine. So you can see whoever's looking after us, say, like, there, I've just done your job for you, right? Just all I had to do is sit there and talk to him for an hour, and lot I've got him signed up. Right, okay. Anything else we've missed, do you think?
I don't think so. I think that's everything that I had down in my wee list to talk about.
Enjoyed it again.
Yeah, no, it's good. It is. And I think it's like just talking about the DYW report, when you actually, I always do a bit of prep. I'm not good at like off the cuff things. I don't really enjoy doing that. I always like to prepare. And when you start sitting down and think about, like, reflect on what have we been doing in the last quarter, and you're like, oh, we've done this and we've done that. It's good to share that. And yeah,
because a lot of the time you're always too busy thinking about what's next, and probably don't spend enough time looking at all the good that's already been done. So and it's good for that's why I really like this when we're talking about this, because I hear about all these things, but you're just going 100 mile an hour, and you probably don't stop to think about it enough. Then when you do, you're going, right, we actually, I always know you guys do a good job, but we as a region are doing a good job.
No, I think there's lots of exciting things in the pipeline and going to happen. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
Good. Everybody come to Ayrshire, right? I'm trying to get a discount code set up, right, for anybody that brings a business here, right? Just put it as the late lunch show 10, right? See if we can get some commission off of the councils and that for bringing it in for the best one. Right, okay, Claire, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
It's been a pleasure, as always.
Thank you.
Right, and hopefully you can have actually the rest of you have for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah,
right.
That's me.
Good. So hopefully you can go and enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. Obviously,
take my cake to Eve. She'd be delighted.
Hopefully Eve likes her cake.
I'm sure she will.
And then we Flash.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll want a wee bit of it as well. That's my dog, by the way.
So we're in growing. Obviously, we're talking all things dogs. So yeah, hopefully have a good weekend, and then I will see you see before that, but we'll see you back here in about 3 months' time.
Yep. You too. Have a lovely Easter.
Yeah, will do. Right, thank you very much. Anybody that's still watching just now, thank you for staying online. Anybody that's watching it at all over the Easter holidays, hopefully the Easter bunny's good to everybody, and you get lots of chocolate, and you can sit there and actually pig out, because this is a weekend you're allowed to. And hopefully everybody that's off on Monday has a good long weekend, and then unfortunately I think it's going to be absolutely pouring it down, and it's going to be blowing a gale, but apart from that, everybody enjoy. Thanks, Claire. Thank you, anybody who's watching. Thank you, anybody who watches it back. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, Amber.